for block. Remember that first snapback, nigga, pass the Glock. But this so good, last batch made astronauts. In the kitchen, J. Prince, see, I rap a lot. So my shooters shoot everything, nigga, that shit jazz. Desert Eagle so big, I nicknamed it Powerhouse Eyes.
We're gonna do this shit. We're gonna do this shit like this. Put your down, nigga. Niggas think I lost it. Let's see who down to bet me. I'll be ready when y'all ready. Let's go. Check, please. There's blood on my cleavage leg piece. Just mean I'm deadly. Compressing on the tech. Sound like I opened the Pepsi. From shower shoe lords to power two boys. If y'all putting eights on corners, they go down in pool halls. I drove 2 states cross borders and the car is too small. I can put weight on a corner in every town in New York. I'm having mixed thoughts.
Going on, y'all?
To my plug apartment. If I should use
Good evening. Came to bring y'all a bit of an evening cheer as I hastily hear. Back on, bitch. No. It should be on. I know it's on. I don't know why I be doing it. Now I got to figure out a way or to not do that. Not to go into sleep mode while I'm live. But whoever out here, peace and love to y'all. I just decided to come on, spread a little evening cheer. I hope you this evening finds you all well. I don't even know which way to go with it, but we'll go with the thing that this we either gonna go with the way so-called culture being used, whatever. Now I ain't gonna get deep with it, man. I'm headed to work, man, and I had some issues last week at work. Well, I guess early this week, or whatever. I recently had some recent issues at work, and it affected my money. It's like they messed with my money. So I had to write. I had to write a letter. They say I should say they say I read, I heard. Damn, man, this shit bullshit. I read or I heard. I had an understanding, man. I don't get why this is doing this, man. Whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know why it's not doing this. I can get to do it. I don't know what to do. But keep on tapping, I guess. Don't make no sense. But yeah, I had some. So I ended up writing this long ass letter and shit to HR. Is that snitching to the reporting issue I have as an employee at HR? I thought that was the purpose of HR. I would think that's the purpose of HR. But yeah, man, the man sent me home and I ain't even do shit. And then that the bride that was causing the issue stay there. Then the next day at work, she get into a dispute with another employee. But I'm the one that's wrong. You sending the people over there to mess around with me. I'm trying to keep it cool because I know that your performance is contingent upon my performance because you really don't know what the hell you're doing, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't mean slander nobody, hurt nobody's feelings and nothing like that. But that's just the way I feel about it. But anyway, I got sent home, so I sent this letter to them. So I sent this letter to HR. They gonna send me an email back talking about could you call us we get the feedback or some shit like that. I'm like, man, I need to I need to be able to talk to some people. Because this is the second time issue where I felt I had the need to escalate this shit to HR. So I didn't reply to that message. So I know I gotta go in here tonight, and I know that cause like last time, I would think that, them people would just take the information the employee gives them. And but no, I guess you're right. That was right at the time. They let him read everything I sent to them before I went in there and sat down. Now, mind you, it took them maybe like a week or two, but they actually had this meeting. We could sit down and talk about the situation. So when we finally sat down and talked about the situation, I felt in the place. Just put me in a place where I can do my job and not be bothered, and I'll be fine. But it just seemed as if he just continued to try to figure out a way to bother me while I was doing my work. So at the end of the day, what has occurred is that you know, you I ain't, especially after the man sent me home and I'm trying to get away from the problem. You fucking with my money. This a rent check. This a rent check work week, buddy. I ain't got no time, for whatever uh previous issues you might have with me. This ain't the time for you to be trying to play them games with me. It's a couple of times you kind of fucked off my money due to your choices, or I don't know if it was a mistake or whatever it was that you got going on. I don't know what's first flashing lights behind me. This is like the street turns into one street. So they think it's 2 lanes right here, and it's gonna stay 2 lanes. So I had to go in here and look at these people. Basically, that's my bottom line situation. So I just came on, popped on here to mess around a little bit, utilize my StreamYard shit. Cause it costs money. Your lights is too bright, boy. Oh, boy, your lights is too bright for me. So I don't understand what you're trying to do. Are you trying to get aggressive from behind me? Hey, you just slam in the back of this motherfucker. The front already smashed. Don't smash in the back end. And I try to use your settlement to pay for my whole shit. But yeah, man. That's all I was just thinking about that shit, man. How do you I stated that I was the one who stated that I feel as if there's a hostile environment on this job, and then I tell him he gonna come challenge me to say how this is how's it a hostile environment, my man. I just tell all I gotta do is tell you that shit. And you could see and it showed itself just almost instantaneously because the same employee I'm trying to get away from don't still continue to snap. But that ain't my, I ain't gotta have to deal with that shit. You gotta go fuck off my money. You already fucked up my money this one night. You think I'm not gonna say nothing about that shit, my nigga? And I'm already telling you right then during the interaction. I don't want to say altercation because I'm not even man, please. The interaction. I'm telling you right during the interaction that you know, shit shit's hostile. You keep putting these two back here to work with me, knowing they ain't worth a damn nowhere else. Why you putting them back here with me to mess off my production? What kind of shit is that, buddy? But I don't know. I just came to chat with y'all a little bit. Face this music, Oh shit, at least he gave me a good parking space. So I can feel happy about that, right? I don't know what the algorithm gonna do with old Flav, Mr. Niger, Mr. Nigga, Mr. Niger. I don't know what y'all gonna do with me, man. It ain't like I'm getting a whole bunch of It ain't like I'm getting a whole bunch of comments on here saying "fuck you, nigga, stop talking" or disagreeing with anything I say, or just whatever. It ain't. I mean, no praise. Okay, that's one thing, but then no negative. Also, you'll think that somehow the eyes of somebody might catch a nigga, but I came on here to rap a little taste about, I keep on saying, I apologize. I came on here to rap a little bit about, I guess there's certain things, the man has a real man this, a real man that, but it's certain things that are unspoken that a real man has to still deal with that somehow seem to get overlooked because people have their own superficial wants and emotional needs and that so on and so forth. The man sometimes doesn't even have the luxury to do that because if I go in here with emotion, on my brain, man, it's only gonna take one small little thing to get me going with the shit, man, with the shits. And I don't want to go there with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go in here and focus on doing my job, man. Going ahead to the bogus ass startup meeting. mess with these people at the startup or be quiet, I guess. You know, people tend to fuck with me at the startup. But it is what it is, man. You know, I don't believe that these people have the effectiveness or the force to fuck off a nigga position right now. But you never know with some people, you know. Because I feel as if I've been plotted against. I always said in the first meeting, I said I feel as if I'm being plotted against at work. But y'all have a great evening, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me go and get my mind together, go in here and face, like I said, face the music. Many are called, but few are chosen. Manhood it's a continuous process. You know what I mean? Certain, you know, sometimes we continue to grow as we learn, we grow. So with that being said, two palms up to receive all blessings. Uh, peace and love, nigga nation or nothing. I holler at y'all next go round, man.